going to check the video for CNN. CNN just wanted these Epstein files off so much. They were talking about this Trump was creating distraction by not releasing these files. So he's releasing these files. In this case, it says Trump's DOJ releases trove of heavily redacted Epstein docs. Which, if y'all care about the victims that y'all say y'all care about, it should be heavily redacted. Heavily is the operative word. So let's see what CNN has to say about this.
Epstein files released. Now, I had a little hesitancy on that word because it's only part. The DOJ releasing a mass dump of heavily redacted documents tonight. And I want to just emphasize that point. By heavily redacted, I mean a lot of pages that look like this and this and this and this and this. And that's all I was going to do to the printer to make the point. Okay, there's a lot more of them. We have teams across CNN going through what was released right now in terms of pages that are not quite as black as these. But the DOJ is admitting in a letter to Congress that the files are not complete, separate from the redactions themselves. And that lack of completion is a big problem because the deadline by law, thanks to Congress forcing Trump's hand on the Epstein files, is today. Now, the key Republican who is behind getting that law passed is Congressman Thomas Massie, and he's posting on social media tonight, quote, "Unfortunately, today's document released by AG Pam Bondi and Deputy AG Todd Blanche grossly fails to comply with both the spirit and the letter of the law that Donald Trump signed just 30 days ago." And Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene said, quote, "Release all the files. It's literally the law." Well, they did not, and they have not yet. The White House saying tonight that it did not receive the Epstein documents that were released by the Department of Justice before the release. So they're saying that they weren't involved with what the DOJ chose to put out today. But the Justice Department did brief the White House on what the documents contain. So what do we actually have tonight on the pages that aren't black as the country starts to shut down and check out for the end of year holiday time? We do have some apparently never before released documents, along with thousands of files that were already public, the redactions, of course, and a whole bunch of pictures of Bill Clinton. Now, among the never before released documents is this photo of Bill Clinton. He's with Epstein. Got a print out of that one as well. And then a photo of a shirtless Clinton in a jacuzzi next to another person whose face is redacted. And a photo of Clinton swimming in a pool with Ghislaine Maxwell and another woman whose face is redacted. Now, it's important to note Clinton has not been accused by law enforcement of any wrongdoing related to Epstein. And a Clinton spokesperson posting on social media tonight, the White House hasn't been hiding these files for months, only to dump them late on a Friday to protect Bill Clinton. This is about shielding themselves from what comes next or from what they'll try and hide forever. Now, as for Trump himself, he didn't want to talk about the files today. He refused to take questions about anything today when he appeared in public to announce a drug pricing order.
I won't even take questions today because there's no way I can take questions that are anywhere comparable to what you just witnessed.
To be clear, what he's talking about and what we just witnessed was an announcement from Trump about.
So these Epstein files, like, there were some atrocities committed with these Epstein files, right? If you're doing things to underage, children and all these type of things, and you're trafficking people and all these type of things, you're really the worst kind of person. Why do that? Why do that? Well, they do it because they can. Because you can do something, does that mean you should do it? No. In most cases, no. What you should always do is do the right thing. Every single time. It doesn't matter who's watching, when you're by yourself. You have to always do the right. You have to always do the right thing. Just do your best to be a good person. Along the way, you're gonna stumble, you're gonna fall, but just try to be a good person. Now, with these Epstein files, they're trying to find mainly what they want to see is some incriminating evidence that the president of our United States was with some girls that were being trafficked or underage. Same thing. So if they get anything less than that, they're not satisfied. They are not satisfied. So the play from these type of media outlets is gonna be, oh, they're hiding something. They're hiding this. They're hiding that. Truth be told, if there was something incriminating as far as Donald Trump goes, the shit would have been out years ago. The Biden administration had 4 whole years. And prior to that, they had 8 years with Barack Obama. So I think what they're doing is just keep this carrot out there. It's kind of like just put this carrot out there, is that we don't have definitive evidence, but as long as we can speculate, then Donald Trump is just still this dark, shadowy figure that has something to do with what Jeffrey Epstein was doing. He was friends with Jeffrey Epstein at one point. And what happened was, once he found out that Jeffrey Epstein was doing all this diabolical shit, all this satanic type evil things, he was done with him. He banished him. Don't care about the reason, but that's what he did. So as we watch these type of things, we have to look at it from that framework.
Drug prices. MJ Lee has been going through the files such that we have them. And MJ, look, we got these photos, we got lots of redactions, lots of things missing, but there are still, many, many pages of documents that you are able to look through. What are you learning from them?
Yeah, Aaron, as we are going through these thousands and thousands of pages of documents and photos to try to figure out what's new, what's significant, are there people of interest that we should be taking note of? You're right that this is just a partial release of the so-called Epstein files from the DOJ. And what's
MJ Lee is a senior national enterprise correspondent. What the fuck does that mean? Just saying. She has some level of importance. Her competency is above junior national enterprise correspondent. Is that what we are to surmise as to her credentials? Well, no. Never heard of MJ Lee, but here she is.
Interesting is that Todd Blanche has essentially informed Congress as of this afternoon that this is happening in this way because of the sheer volume of the documents that we are talking about. And what he essentially communicated is that we needed more time to figure out what information needed to be redacted, including on some information that the agency got recently. Now, one thing that is interesting is that he made clear in this communication to Congress that they made a decision to withhold and redact information that goes beyond what is stated in the law. And just as a reminder, what is stated in the law is that there are 5 categories of information that can be redacted. That includes identifying information about the victims. And just scrolling through these documents, you can tell, there are photos where there is a black box over a woman's face. That clearly falls under that category. But there are other examples as well, like child sex abuse, anything that shows physical abuse, moves, anything that could hurt an ongoing investigation, something that could hurt national security. But the fact that there are going to be more documents coming out on a rolling basis, and that so many redactions, again, beyond what the law originally stated, is going to have huge political ramifications. And I also think we should talk about.
So yeah, we're gonna be done with this type of nonsense. It's I guess what we need to gather from this is that yes, they're gonna be heavily redacted. My opinion on the whole Epstein files thing is I don't think Donald Trump is in these release of these things. I don't think he would be guilty of some of the more heinous things that happened there. I don't think he would be. But I think he was probably hesitant to release these things in a certain way because he knew some other people would be outed as to the things that they were doing. A lot of this stuff we already know. We know Bill Clinton is doing certain things with underage girls / trafficked people. We already knew that. We knew was the Microsoft co-founder the Microsoft co-founder. We know he was pretty much just doing the same thing as Bill Clinton was doing. We know these things, right? So we know those. If I know that, Donald Trump knows that, but it's some other people. Just like when Donald Trump said he could have prosecuted Hillary Clinton, he said he didn't want to do that. He just didn't think that would be good for the country to prosecute a former president's wife. And that right there, that's noble. That's being a leader. That's being a good man. I mean, because if you think about it, Hillary Clinton is, she is next to Satan. That woman is evil. That woman is vindictive, and all these type of things. And as a man, for you to say you don't want to do that for that reason, that's just being a good, upstanding, honest citizen man. That's being a leader. That's what that is. And Donald Trump is a leader. And so I think some of that plays into this right here. And he's protecting, in my opinion, some people that shouldn't be protected. They should be outed, and their asses should be held accountable, which they won't. Even if this wasn't the case. I think they still should be held accountable 10 ways from Sunday. But being this is what it is, he gave instructions to do it this way to protect those people, because you know what? The man has a soul. The man is compassionate. Now, we also have to search inside ourselves and say, will we have done it any different? If we ask that question, I would say no. I don't think I would have done it any different, whether I like these people or not. Because we always know in this political game and just in life in general, I'm about to say this, shout out Kwame Brown. It's all about who we like. Kwame Brown said that. Tell me I'm lying. If you don't like somebody, they can be whatever you think they are in your head. Whatever you think they are. If you like this video, comment on this video, share this video. This is Mr. Info 5000. Mr. Info 5000. Peace.